Oh, hey you. It's Kat and Steve with the Positively Midwest podcast.
Well, hello there. Now, before this next episode, let's talk about sharing our mission.
To help, we have hooked up with Anchor.fm to help us keep launching Positively Midwest to as many ears as possible. The more we expand our reach, the more lives we can help inspire.
If you haven't heard of Anchor, it is the easiest way to make a podcast. Bonus, it's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
Well, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google, and many more.
You can make money with no minimum listenership, which helps our cause.
It's everything you need to make a podcast in just one place.
So go now, download free Anchor app or go to anchorapp.fm to get started.
Now, sit back and enjoy the next episode of the Positively Midwest podcast. Well, hey, everybody, and welcome to Positively Midwest podcast. Another great, fantastic episode, and my name is Steve Jurens, and across from me, as always, is my lovely wife, Catherine.
And Onyx.
Yes, so today's episode, which is going to be episode number 75. Holy smokes. Episode 75 of Positively Midwest is all about our pet family. And so we have Onyx in here as we're recording today. And so we don't know, you might hear some footsteps, you might hear a barking noise. She might chime in from time to time here in front of my eyeballs. And aside from that, you know what we do? So I went and looked at positivepsychology.com and found an excellent article that is Pets and Mental Health, 15 Benefits of Emotional Support Animals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This will be, I know the positive benefits that we get from her and what I feel personally. So
even after not wanting another.
Yeah. So we should do a backstory.
Yeah. So I would say it was about 2003, middle of 2002.
It was, because we graduated in 2002 and moved in together.
So in 2002, I surprised you with a kitty.
Yeah.
That you had to stayed at your mom's for a little while, and I called you whilst you were at work, so you were unable to defend yourself and get angry, which is naughty. That's probably not the best way to handle it, folks. That's trying to use her work environment as a buffer. Just like when you say, hey, come in with me. I'm going to ask my mom if I can stay out later. And if you're with, then she won't yell at me.
Yeah, that's like manipulation.
Yeah. So anyways, we had a kitty named it Loki, which was very fitting because he liked us, but was a bit naughty. Peed on friends' coats and my coat. Vehicle.
I think he liked us. Sometimes I thought he was trying to kill me in my sleep.
Yeah, he'd lay on your...
my throat.
Yeah. And then shortly after we got the kitty, we got Gypsy.
No, that's when you tried calling me at work, was with Gypsy. With Loki, you just called me one day and you're like, hey, I bought you a present. And I hear, in the car. With Gypsy, that's when you called me at work and was like, I think I'm going to buy this dog. And I'm like, no. Well, I come home and there was a dog.
Yeah, and turned out to be the greatest dog on the entire planet of dogs ever created. And so we named her Gypsy. She was a golden retriever something mix. We're not sure. But there's Onyx sneezing. I think she's got some allergens. Or a little cold right now.
I think she's allergic to herself.
Yeah. So we went so I went to the pound and was looking at puppies. And there's all these puppies in this cage, and they're jumping around, clawing all over each other, and freaking out and doing puppy stuff. And there's this one puppy amidst all of that action that was sleeping. And I thought, well, I'll take that one taking a nap through all of this craziness. And she was very mellow pretty much the whole time. And she had her fun or whatever, but she was a very mellow dog, and her tail curled up all the time when she'd walk around. And then we sadly, such is life, we had to put her down now 3 summers ago, I believe. Right? This would be the 3rd one, I think.
3 or 4.
So,
I can't remember.
And obviously that was one of the most difficult times of my entire life. I don't think my children have ever really seen me cry much, yet alone that much. And yeah, so then Catherine's family was gracious to allow us to put her to rest at the
family farm. Yeah, putting her down that day because she was 14 years old and she could just no longer hardly walk or anything anymore. But that hit me harder than I thought it would. You know, I never knew if I fully understood the impact that dog had on me until that day. And then I realized how much she had meant to me. And so then anytime Stephen wanted to, you know, not replace her, but to get a new, you know, dog for our family, I kept saying no, because nothing was going to live up or hold up to Gypsy's memory of how amazing of a dog she was.
And
then it took me 3 years. And you said...
No, and you didn't want a dog because...
I mean, I didn't want the hair.
Dog hair. And because this is important stuff that people need to realize while they're thinking about this. You didn't want to deal with all the hair. Mm-hmm. You didn't want to deal with letting the dog out. You didn't want to deal with, you know, there's a lot of responsibility that comes with owning a pet. So that is first and foremost something that you need to understand. In a recent year, people, there's a large problem with people that have adopted pets for their home and now have left them out on the street, kicked them out, and trying to return them back and just dropping them off at the Humane Society, and they're overwhelmed and all that. So it is important, and she mentioned it already, but it took us 3 years for me to break her down, basically, to get to a dog. But that responsibility is a real thing, and we don't struggle with it, but we still deal with it. Like, if you want to do something, you gotta have somebody let the dog out, or you've got to do it. Come home and do it.
Yeah, it's almost like having an infant again, in a sense, because you have to line up a babysitter or doggy daycare, or you have to work with, you know, quickly running home, letting them out before you go out someplace again. It's not just the easy, oh, we can be gone all day and not worry about anything anymore. You know, and I wanted a dog that didn't shed. Guess what? This dog sheds. You know, but she sheds because the kind of dog she is. If she's kept on her brushing as she's losing her winter coat, then it's not so bad. But she does shed some. So if there's really dogs out there that don't shed after they say they don't, I want to meet them.
Well, it's significantly less than what Gypsy used to shed. But if I think we were just a teeny bit better on getting her groomed earlier, she'd be a lot better. But she gets a little bit shag-tastic towards the end, and then it falls out in like clumps. So at least it's not little fine pieces of hair getting in all of your fabric and stuff. But yeah, I don't know if there really is. If you have hair and you're a human, you shed.
Right. No, she's like little cotton balls is what she's got of hair. Gray little cotton ball fluffs.
Yes. So, positivepsychology.com comes through with another article that we would like to dissect with you, learn with you, and spin off of it. So, many research studies have confirmed the positive effects of keeping pets. Indeed, health professionals increasingly recognize their value in treating mental and physical conditions. Pets offer companionship and so much more. Many people experiencing mental health problems report that the combination of caring for animals and the unconditional love they receive back is life-changing, improving their mental well-being and their quality of life. That we can attest to for sure with Onyx, because she's quite a bit more aggressive, and I would say even assertive, because she has never, ever listened to no when she's barking. And you can go outside to take out the garbage, and you could sprint out there and sprint back in 13 seconds, and she will have acted like you've left for 10 days. So pets offer companionship and so much more. When we think of our ancestors' behavior, such connections are to be expected. Humans have been keeping pets and building working relationships with animals for well over 10,000 years. It is no surprise that many pets, dogs in particular, can understand words we use and recognize our tone of voice, gestures, and body language. Having someone, non-human, that needs us and can gauge how we feel without expectation or judgment is hugely valuable. In fact, that's what we talk about on our show quite often, is genuine, true gratitude, self-compassion, and meditation. You all have to work on incorporating that non-judgment of yourself while these thoughts and anxieties come flying back through you. Mental health charities have recognized the importance of pets and often promote pet ownership for its psychological and physical health benefits. Mental Health Foundation, 2018. Owners of pets are less likely, there she sneezed again, are less likely to suffer depression, have lower blood pressure during stressful situations, display reduced levels of triglyceride and cholesterol, high levels can be indicators of heart disease, survive longer after having a heart attack, make 30% fewer visits to the doctor after they age 65, and live longer. More generally, playing with pets increases levels of serotonin and dopamine, promoting calm and relaxation. Pets provide companionship and fulfill the basic need for touch. Contact is particularly important for people who are lonely or who have not previously experienced mutual affection. Prisoners have exhibited long-term behavioral changes after interacting with pets. Pets improve the quantity and quality of socialization, providing conversation points when meeting people out walking. That's sort of true for us, as Onyx can literally jump 48 feet in the air and likes to bear hug people and voices her opinion, whatever that might be, because we don't speak dog, and sort of.
Her hugs are the cutest, though, because she takes her front paws and just, like, wraps them around your leg. And it's just like, squeezing you and hugging you. It's just so cute.
Yeah, she is a wild animal for sure. Pets improve the... Oh, I read that one. Pets require regular feeding, exercise, and attention and can bring structure to the day. Hugging and stroking an animal provides almost immediate relief from stress and anxiety. Dogs in particular encourage healthier outdoor exercise that improves physical and mental well-being. Older adults, including those with Alzheimer's disease or dementia, can find more meaning and joy in life, stay more connected, and boost their vitality through pet ownership. Children learn more compassion, empathy, and responsibility, strengthening their emotional intelligence through having pets. Such interaction can be beneficial for children with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder and autism. While we associate many of the benefits with dogs and cats, other animals have been shown to improve their owner's well-being, including fish, rabbits, birds, snakes, and lizards. Whether the direct effect is psychological or physiological, indirectly, it all contributes to mental well-being. So the psychology behind emotional support animals. Emotional support animals have been shown to help people manage their mental health issues, with individuals citing the benefits that their dogs, cats, and even ferrets have in managing panic attacks, anxiety, and depression. Campaigners argue for such animals to be considered as service animals rather than pets and viewed as assistive aids in the same ways as wheelchairs. The importance of animals to people's lives embraces a broader definition of health that encompasses the dimensions of well-being, physical and mental, and a sense of social integration. There are at least 3 different ways of looking at the association between pet ownership and its apparent health benefits. Number 1, there is no direct association. Other factors that impact the decision to own a pet confer health benefits to the owner. Number 2, pets improve social interaction with other humans, reducing loneliness and social isolation and indirectly improving well-being. Number 3, the pet-human relationship provides emotional support that directly benefits human health and well-being. The value behind pet ownership is most likely a combination of the above. Besides, we should remember that good health is far more than the absence of illness and involves satisfaction of basic psychological needs and quality of life. Furthermore, we do not need to own animals to receive the associated mental health benefits. Indeed, emotional support animals are increasingly used in mental health settings to provide individuals with the following: company and comfort, social interaction, social skills and belonging, structure and life balance, life skills, passionate caring, sense of achievement, fun, and enjoyment. Have you felt any of those things, Mrs. Jurens?
I have.
You have?
Yes, when I'm feeling sad or when I wanting a cuddle. And, she just helps to make you smile when she curls up next to you.
What does Onyx, why did we name her Onyx?
Well, because she was black with a little bit of gray. And so onyx is, a stone that is known for being the guardian against negativity.
Beautiful. Caring for animals encourages social interaction and development of social skills, and interacting with them offers comfort and company, all of which improve mental health and well-being. Jasmine Yao carried out a series of interviews with patients who have had prolonged mental health issues to understand how animal-assisted interventions had helped. Results of her research confirm the value of animals in improving patients' lives. Underlying each of the above benefits was the promotion of one or more of the following psychological factors. Social support hypothesis. Animals provide non-judgmental social support through their perceived unconditional love. Social connection. Belonging and connectedness are an integral part of mental health and well-being. Animal interaction can act as the vehicle through which social connection may be enhanced or increased. The provision of structure. Caring for animals requires structure and routine. Such a balanced approach to life can facilitate recovery from mental health disorders. Altruistic behavior. Helping others, including non-humans, leads to feelings of being useful. Altruistic behaviors have been shown to benefit social relationships and self-acceptance and promote a sense of purpose in life. Learning and development. An essential part of interacting with animals includes learning and developing new skills. Improving problem solving and critical thinking in one area can be transferred to other areas of life. Activity and interest. Mental illness such as depression is often characterized by a lack of interest and inactivity. Individuals caring for pets report an increased sense of engagement. So working with and caring for animals not only promotes stress reduction and improved quality of life, but it also encourages social and community interaction. This combination offers a complete, multi-dimensional approach to promoting mental well-being. What do you think so far?
I think that all sounds about right, as she's coming over here and hitting my hand because I'm not petting her enough.
Silly goose. So why are animals good for our well-being? 5 research findings. Over the last decade, several studies have shed light on our relationship with animals and their benefit to our mental well-being. In a detailed review of the existing literature, Brooks set out to understand the impact of pets on our mental health and what mechanism underlie these effects. Based on the findings from 17 studies that investigate pet ownership, the benefits can be grouped into the following themes. Slow down. Easing worrying, providing comfort, reducing sense of isolation and loneliness. Pets provide unique emotional support because of their ability to respond to their owners intuitively, especially in times of crisis and when they were feeling most isolated and alone. Indeed, research showed that people often confided in their pets when unable to do so with other people. They felt safe to open up without being judged. Good thing she can't talk. Physical activity and symptom distraction. Dog ownership in particular was associated with physical activity. Pets also appeared to help in very practical sense, distracting and disrupting owners' focus on unwanted symptoms or upsetting experiences, including panic attacks, hearing voices, and suicidal thoughts. The process of the pet was often associated with lessening symptoms by introducing humor into the situation. Onyx sure does that. Grounding the situation, providing the owner with the opportunity to engage in caring activities, brushing, stroking, feeding, etc. Individuals reported requiring less medication while feeling more positive, and an increased sense of self-efficiency.
The, responsibility of having her, the brushing is like the hardest part, I think, in between things. It's like, oh, you remember to give her toothbrush treat, and I remember to feed her breakfast and to give her supper and all those things. But there's some of those other things that all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait, it's been how many days since you've been brushed? Oh, wait, it's been, and some of that creeps up. But she definitely brings the comical relief as she does her zoomies around the house for those that have dogs. Oh, there, she wants to say hi. And the way she'll throw her toy for herself and then go fetch it, or she'll bring it and drop it on your lap and then paw at you, hitting you, hello.
And
you throw it.
A lot of times it's when you don't want to, and they probably know more than we even do, because that engagement you need. So conduits to social interaction and emotional nourishment. The presence of animals can lead to an increase in the quality and quantity of social interactions. Several studies reported pets increased interactions with family, friends, and the local community. They cited several reasons, including increased confidence in engaging with others, including in more difficult conversations, while the pet was present, and the motivation to venture outside. Sense of self-worth, identity, and existential meaning. Two of the studies in the review suggested that having pets led to an increased sense of meaning in tasks and participants feeling better about themselves as individuals. Participants reported that they felt a heightened sense of identity and self from having to care for and protect their pet. Disadvantages. The review, however, added a note of caution. There can be downsides to pet ownership in the management of mental health disorders. Challenges for pet owners include financial burden, the inevitable death of the pet, potential housing issues, implications of unruly pet behavior. Brooks uphold the view that having pets, including dedicated companion animals for the general population, can positively affect people's mental well-being, particularly those diagnosed with mental health disorders. They summarize by saying that pets benefit people with mental health conditions through the intensity of connectivity with their owners and the contribution they make to emotional support in times of crisis, together with their ability to help manage symptoms when they arise. So a look at 10 animal therapy modalities? That's not even a word I'm familiar with. I wonder if people that are more have a better sense of vocabulary than I chuckle at me when I read through a lot of these articles.
And if you pronounce things wrong.
Well, and plus it is like we try to. We want to learn with you guys, so a lot of times I don't read through them. So reading it for the first time and, doing my best. So anyways, animal-assisted therapy can have a broad impact and be performed and experienced in several ways, including as a part of psychotherapy, during counseling sessions, and psychiatric treatment, treating at-risk children and youths, in classrooms with general and specialized needs, including autism spectrum disorders, in family settings, with older age groups, including in-care settings, with palliative care, optimizing the quality of life and reducing suffering in those with severe and complex illnesses, in prison settings, with war veterans. We look briefly at several examples of animal-assisted therapy settings below.
Well, I love it that if you go to our local Beacon Center, which we interviewed
a while back.
Yeah, that we had that conversation. Amber, we interviewed Amber, and they even have their own little doggy at the Beacon Center, Maggie, and that way she can help provide companionship in some way, to those in need as well as to the staff. So she's a super amazing little cute puppy too.
Yeah, like for instance, they say at-risk children and youth. Equine facilitated psychotherapy has proved successful in helping at-risk adolescents in residential treatments Engaging the residents with horses over 7 months led to positive changes to self-image, self-control, trust, and general life satisfaction. So we have a place here in Watertown, South Dakota, called Joy Ranch that actually has an entire program dedicated to helping children, sexual abuse, and lots of other issues.
They do a lot of camps, and so they have a completely handicap accessible facility, and then they have a lot of camps. They have the equine facility there as well, and so that the kids can work with the horses, they can ride the horses. And then also within South Dakota, we have the McCrossin Boys Ranch, and that's where our at-risk youth, or maybe some of those that have been in trouble, they can go and stay there and work with horses and work with equine therapy that way.
So they talk about psychiatric patients, psychosocial treatment sessions involving dogs who have been found to be effective in treating patients with chronic schizophrenia. After 10 weekly sessions, they were found to have an improved quality of life, increased motivation, and made better use of their leisure time than the control group. War veterans, and we've talked with the Lane Logan Memorial, and they are a charity that helps set veterans up with service dogs. And it was started by a sister and a friend, I think, right?
Yeah. Heather started it in honor of her brother.
Yeah. So war veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder who were engaged in training service dogs were found by Yount, Ritchie, St. Laurent, Chumley, and Olmert to have improved sleep, decreased depression, improved parenting skills, and a lowered startle response to loud noises. The presence of the dog during a stressful situation or encounter changes the context of the arousal event and anchors the trainer in the present, reminding the veteran they are no longer in a dangerous situation. Prison inmates. Equine facilitated prison programs have had successful outcomes in United States correctional facilities. Research suggests that inmates experience increased self-esteem, reduced, what is that? Recidivism?
Spell it.
Recidivism. Recidivism rates? I don't know. I think that means going back to jail. But improve trust and reduce loneliness. Usually I have a pretty good vocabulary. But psychology, I mean, that's 7 years of school. So cognitive therapy, including dogs and cognitive behavioral therapy sessions, has been shown to lower stress levels and increase the degree of therapy adherence. Air travel. Air travel companies have invested time and money to accommodate animal therapy, including in the following contexts. In the United States, animals are sometimes allowed to board flights as long as a doctor has signed off to say it helps their owner manage a mental health condition. Delta Airlines flew with 250,000 emotional support animals in 2017. San Francisco International Airport has used a tutu-wearing pig named Lilu and a selection of dogs to calm passengers' nerves. Animals on campus. In recent years, mental health campaigners have petitioned to keep animals on campus to mitigate mental impairments. While universities have raised concerns that their campuses will soon resemble zoos, students have cited the benefits of their animals in helping them handle depression and panic attacks. So they go on to talk about positivepsychology.com's relevant source resources. So they have a lot of worksheets and tools that can help you gain an increased understanding of your emotions. So there's an emotional wellness quiz. There's an imagery-based exposure sheet. Use these 7 steps to practice recalling and accepting difficult emotions. Pleasant activity scheduling worksheet. A review past activities to increase daily positivity around near future events. The self-compassion practice. Develop a more compassionate and accepting attitude towards yourself. An emotion regulation wheel. Learn how to regulate your emotions effectively by considering existing strategies and effective alternatives, and identifying false beliefs about emotions. The beliefs that we have about our emotions strongly determine how we cope with them. So anyone who has looked into knowing into the knowing eyes of an animal or witness the joy they display when you return home, knows their value as companions. Emotional support animals are increasingly being recognized as holding significant relevance for the management of long-term health conditions. Research has confirmed the benefits of pet ownership and animal experiences in reducing stress, improving life quality, and promoting engagement in social and community settings. Perhaps, more than anything, pets offer an opportunity to share love and caring behavior with something living. The animal does not judge by appearance, social identity, or any of the superficial factors humans consider essential. The relationship is straightforward and uncomplicated, and trust is gained by showing love and attention. Why not review the literature and consider whether greater animal interaction could benefit you or your clients? We hope you enjoyed reading this article. If you wish to learn more about positive psychology and relationships, check out our Positive Relationships Masterclass. Anyways, so that article was done by Jeremy Sutton, PhD. He's a writer and researcher studying the human capacity to push physical and mental limits. His work always remains true to the science beneath, his real-world background in technology, his role as a husband and parent, and his passion as an ultra-marathoner. So thanks, Jeremy, for a great article through positivepsychology.com. The link of the article will be posted in our description. Please like, comment, share, and screenshot it for all of your cool friends.
You know what?
Chicken butt.
Well, no. I wish. Do you remember the movie Up?
Yeah.
And how they had that little voice box on that dog?
Yeah.
I really wish we could have one of those.
Oh, boy. I'm pretty sure that all she does say is, hey. Hey, 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 hey.
There's somebody walking by our house. Hey, there's a bird in our yard. Hey.
Yeah. But she is a very affectionate animal. Mm-hmm. And
she loves to cuddle.
Yeah. And sometimes she gets up in the grill at the wrong time, pulling stuff down.
Yeah, she thinks she needs to be a lap dog, even though she's too big to be a lap dog.
Oh, sort of. She fits up there. So, well, that's really all I have to say about that. We were going to record a guest this week, and their kid got into a playoff game they weren't sure they were going to get into. So hopefully he played well last night.
Right. You know,
Monday. Yeah.
And if you're in a situation where like maybe your housing won't allow you to have a pet, but you really would love to have the companionship of a dog, I suggest going to your local humane society. I know ours is always looking for volunteers that are willing to come in, walk the dogs, play with the dogs, you know, different things like that. Just to help give them also some companionship and activity while they're there, instead of just sitting in their kennels waiting for their forever homes. So go seek out your local humane society or shelter or rescues and see how you can volunteer. And then that way you're helping out a great cause while you're also getting that little bit of companionship as well for yourself.
Yeah, and there's more and more, I think, landlords and hotels even that are allowing pets and more boarding. You know, you can, in most cities, I think you can find places to board your pets and, you know, things like that. So it is getting easier, but seriously consider all the pros and cons for you and your family before you do adopt a pet. Because, I mean, we'd hate for you to get going and then you just dispose of the pet, leave it outside, drop it off at the Humane Society, any of that kind of jazz. And, like Bob Barker says, spay and neuter your pets. Because we have an extremely overpopulated country world the way it is with domestic pets, especially kitties. And, Onyx, I'm pretty sure was an accident, so it was a perfect little find. And me and Gianna went, and there was these giant little black fur balls that were, I don't know, they were just giant. They looked fat, but it was all that hair. And they were just running all over like little rugs with feet. And this poor little dog was getting ran over, and she tumbled down the steps once, and they kept running over, and they were all jumping on me, and she was like trying to waddle over, and I was like, oh, that's kind of the runt, huh? And like, yeah, that's the smallest one. And I was like, Gianna, which one? And she goes, I want that small one. Me too. Whilst she was standing on top of a picnic table because she was afraid of them all, and they're jumping on her, and now she's going to show a dog in 4-H.
Yeah.
So she's come. Onyx has definitely helped Gianna become a stronger pet owner.
Yeah, because after we lost Gypsy, Gianna all of a sudden shut down. She went from liking dogs to being so afraid of them.
Well, she got, I think, nipped at around that same time frame as well.
And so she was so deathly afraid, she would scream so like deathly loud if any dog like was near or approaching her. And so Onyx was definitely this little thing that she, even day one, stood on top of our coffee table because she thought this little tiny puppy could hurt her. But she grew to love her, and now she loves all dogs. And so she is very excited to be showing one for 4-H.
Yeah. So it's a great experience. Please do it the right way and be positive. And this is just another episode, another way to bring a little bit of inspiration or positivity to you. And maybe this is something that would benefit your family. So are you ready to close this baby out?
Yeah, let's go for it. Onyx is trying to open the door.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Thank you all from the bottom of our hearts for listening to the Positively Midwest podcast. Our hope is to inspire, engage each other's thoughts, and leave you with some great advice. Be sure to join our Facebook group and follow us on Instagram at Positively Midwest Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, share, and screenshot our podcast with all of your cool friends. Every little bit helps. We're on most all major platforms, and you can stream it on our website at positivelymidwest.com. Also, check out our merch in the online store. All proceeds go to help people find therapy or rehab. Please reach out to us at positivelymidwest@gmail.com if you would like to look into therapy or rehab. Thank you, and as always, please always stay positive.